What's good, everybody? Wanted to get a ranking of the diss songs we got from the Kendrick and Drake beef. I'm only really going over like the big official release songs, like stuff they posted to their Instagram story. Not gonna be including that on here, not Instagram story, but like on their Instagram, like some of those things Drake posted. Like I'm only ranking the actual like full feature length songs, pretty much. I would admit, absolutely, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, but I do think I might be one of the most fair or unbiased Kendrick fans on the internet because I feel like almost everybody I see, really from either side, is like, if you like Drake, you'll worship everything Drake says. They like Kendrick, you're gonna worship everything Kendrick says. I feel like I'm pretty reasonable. If you are somebody that just takes whatever one of these guys says is 100% fact, probably you're not gonna like my ranking, but that's okay. That's just my opinion. You can make your own ranking too in the comments or whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna list the pros and cons for each person. Try to see it from both sides and be as fair as I can when it comes to this, and just still give you guys, what my opinion is on it. So first song, I guess, to come out from the Like That verse in response was Drake's Push Ups. This song, I think it's a cool song, and I will say that too. None of these songs that came out from this, I think, are actually bad. Like, some beefs have been lost just because the person responded and came out with a pretty bad song, and it's just like, yeah, your song sucks, like you lost. But I don't think anybody just had like a bad sounding song in this. This song, though, as a diss song, I think it's pretty tame. People, think the short jokes are silly or whatever. It actually makes me laugh. I do think it's funny, and like, let's just be real. If you're in a roast session with somebody and they're short, like, you're probably gonna make fun of them being short. So it's just jokes. I thought it was actually funny, but it's nothing like too deep or too scathing in it. He is also going at like multiple people on this song. I would put it in B. Just it's kind of tame for this song, but it's not bad. It sounds good. It's cool. In response to that, we got Kendrick Lamar with Euphoria, which I actually put this in S. I will admit, in the beginning, like the delivery he has at the intro of the song, it's a little bit cringy. But when the beat picks up and everything, I think his delivery is absolutely on point from there on. And lyrically, I think this is one of the best songs we got from the whole thing. Like, if you look at breakdowns of all the references and like just extra meanings within this song, it's crazy. Most of it I didn't even catch listening to it the first time. I had to see like breakdowns of it on YouTube and on Instagram and stuff. But that was pretty good. He had some good roasts in there. He flipped the 20v1 thing on it. 1v20 if I gotta fight your Ghost Rider. So that was good. I like that song. I put that one in S. In response to that, we actually got another song from Kendrick while we're waiting for Drake to drop, which that was 616 in LA. Which this one I actually really like. As far as the disses, this wasn't too extreme. He just was like kind of staying on Drake's heels. I do like the flow on this. It's just a good song. I guess biggest reveal or revelation that came out of this song. He says, have you thought somebody in OVO is working for me? Like, he's like trying to point out there's a mole in Drake's camp, which we'll kind of get back to that. And then I guess biggest reveal from the Push Up song was that Kendrick's manager takes 50% of his earnings, which, that's kind of crazy, but like, I don't know, that really makes Kendrick look bad, that's more like, the manager, but either way, next song we got is Family Matters from Drake, which, I'm not gonna lie, man, he surprised me on that song. I did not expect something actually this good from Drake. I'm gonna put it in the A tier. The reason I can't put it into the S is because really, like, the biggest reveals or like the most harshest disses on this is stuff that we really got no idea if it's actually true. I mean, it's just Drake's word. He says one thing that possibly, one of the kids is actually Dave Free's kid instead of Kendrick, which is like, we got no way to know if that's true. I mean, he's just saying that. Then, other thing, because of the very back half of the song, he says, accuses Kendrick that he beats on his wife. Well, I guess he also says in this song that they're not actually married; they've just been engaged for like 10 years or something. But that again, like if that's all true, I mean, hey, we could put it to the S tier. But as it stands right now, like, bro, there's no way to actually know. Like, if you're just chatting and trying to make the worst possible allegations you can just to make them look bad, or if it actually is true. Besides that, on this song, though, I would say Drake actually does a good job of flipping almost everything Kendrick Lamar said against him on the last song, Euphoria, and some of what Rick Ross was talking about too, which I'm not ranking his song in this, but he actually flips that all back onto them pretty well. He went with the approach that, like, you and I are really not as different as you're trying to make us seem. Which it was good. It was a good song. There's lyrics on there are pretty good too. I don't think it's quite like what we see in Euphoria, but it's still pretty good. He has some very good wordplay in there, especially when it comes to the breakdown of, like, he's comparing Kendrick to Michael Jackson instead of him, and he's doing wordplay with like the features and change. Like, I mean, you'll listen to the song, you understand what I'm talking about. But he's going off multiple meanings of these different words that he's using on there. So it was pretty smart wordplay in that. But yeah, like I said, just I can't put it higher because the biggest like disses on there have to do with stuff like we just can't confirm if it's true or not. There's some funny bars on there. There's more short jokes and stuff on there. I mean, it actually does have some genuinely funny moments, but I'm gonna leave it in A tier as long as we don't have any proof of this stuff he's talking about. Next song is Crazy, Beat the Grams. This came out like 30 minutes after the Family Matters song came out, which I'll be honest, I'm putting it in B. I'm gonna explain why. This was a smart move by Kendrick Lamar, though, bro. You can kind of tell this is a pre-recorded song, doesn't address anything that came from Family Matters, but the fact it came out so quickly after Family Matters, it really took away all the spotlight on the stuff Drake was talking about and just put it onto what Kendrick was talking about. So all the stuff about the woman beating and all that, like, pretty much the world has not pressed him on that. Like, everybody just kind of forgot. It just kind of slid on by, and they're talking about, Drake got another daughter. Does he have another kid? Like, that's what the narrative became after that. Reason I put this song in B tier, I do like the song. The beat, very sinister. It's like a horror movie beat. Very interesting way to go about a diss where he's like writing a letter to family members of Drake, and then ultimately, writes a letter to Drake himself. But the biggest reveal on this song was that Drake has a daughter he's hiding out there, which at this point it seems to be like that was fake. It seems to be like that was made up. Everyone has said it's not true, and I saw academics posted, or maybe it was like he reposted it from somewhere else that people are saying it's just absolutely false around Drake. And then I think it's either later that day or the very same day, Not Like Us comes out. He had to go to something else. But I would say if somehow that came out to be true, I mean, you could bump that up, a few spaces too. Just as of right now, I can't put it higher because just the biggest point of that song seems to be false at this point. But then we got Not Like Us, which, I'll be honest, man, This is an S tier song, bro. The impact of this song really is why I gotta put it there. I mean, this went crazy, bro. It was getting played all over the place, uniting people that sometimes would probably be at odds with each other. They were playing this in clubs, and it is a very good sounding song. I mean, it's a banger song for sure. Um, I will be fair. The biggest I guess reveal or something to go against Drake on that one is like P3DO claims, which as of right now, I mean, it seems like there's nothing actually factual like Drake doing stuff with a kid. There's absolutely some kind of weird behavior with him now. But then on the other side of that, I'll admit too, in Drake's defense, I've actually seen people that like there's a clip of like a 17-year-old is on stage with him or something at one point. That person came out and had said like not the crowd but the like Drake's team picked her out to come up there. Like it wasn't Drake that picked her out to come up there. I've seen other stuff. There's like some picture of him like with a volleyball team. People were saying it was like a high school team or something, but then someone that was in the picture said like one of Drake's family members was on the team, and it's actually a college team. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I have seen stuff about people actually coming to Drake's defense on that, which I'll be honest, bro, as a Kendrick fan, I really wish we could get some people to come out and be like, hey, no, he's not beating on this girl, bro. Like, the woman is in the music video with him and not like us. So that's a good sign. Probably she wouldn't stay if she was getting beat on, but at the same time, there has been cases where people have been getting beat and they still stick with the person. So I don't know. I really do wish that Kendrick would address that too, the way people have addressed what happened with Drake, like came to his defense. Because I don't feel like that's something we should just skid past, bro. It's kind of crazy. Society cares about women that little to not want anything on that. But nonetheless, I still put this in S tier, bro. This pretty much won him the beef. And the song's crazy. It is a banger. There's good wordplay on there. So I'm put that one in S tier. Final song we got in response to that was The Heart Part 6. And man, the song doesn't sound bad. Like the rapping on it is cool, but I'm gonna have to put it in C just because there's a lot that's wrong with this song. I'll put out stuff he did good on it. He does address the allegations and everything, which I feel like he needed to. You have a song like Not Like Us come out against you, and you just totally ignore the focal point of that song. That does not look good. I feel like he did have to say something on that. And he goes back to, I'm addressing your allegations, but you're not addressing anything, like I said in the Family Matters song. But nothing really new came out of this, and he sounds like towards the end kind of defeated. Just the delivery of the song doesn't sound like he's really in it anymore. It sounds like he's kind of waving the white flag, like, I'm done. He says on the song, like, I don't even want to battle with you anymore. So it wasn't a great look, for someone that's trying to win a beef. Bad stuff on this song to me. So one is that he was emphasizing about this whole thing that all his stuff is facts. He's got a sample. Let me see you prove it. Saying that Kendrick doesn't have any receipts of any of this stuff, but at the same time, it's like neither do you. Like you're just rapping all this stuff just like him. Like you haven't showed us any proof of anything. So I mean, it's kind of like an empty claim. I felt like it's like you're doing the same thing. Like you haven't shown any facts or any receipts for the stuff you're talking about. Then also on this song, I guess the biggest reveal of this is that supposedly Drake had planned for there to be or like he planted someone to plant this information to Kendrick about there being a daughter and stuff, and get Kendrick to make the song. Like they tricked him into doing that. The only thing that like I really doubt that is because when that song came out, the Meet the Graham song, Drake posted to his Instagram story, just these guys are in shambles. I don't have a daughter. Don't you think if they were feeding this information to him the whole time, they'd have text messages or phone calls or something they could show to say, oh yeah, we got you. We tricked you into doing this. Like, look at you. Instead of just, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, it make more sense to do that immediately rather than wait a few days and make this song saying like, oh yeah, we playing for this all to happen. Like, I don't know, dude. I'm very skeptical of that claim. I will say on the other side of it, in Drake's defense, the only thing that I could see potentially it being true is the 616 in LA song, where he says, have you thought about if someone in OVO is working for me? He actually deleted this song after this came out. I think the cover art of this did change because Drake said something about, felt like they even planted the stuff in this picture somehow. And like, I don't know what the reason is. I haven't seen anything of why he deleted it. The only reason I could think of, he does mention on that song that someone in OVO is actually working for him. People in OVO want to see Drake fall. But then this song came out saying that like he planted the information for them and Kendrick deletes the song. So I don't know. That's the only thing I could see potentially as maybe there's some truth behind it, but still seems very far-fetched. Other reason that I have this so low, another thing I think he did bad on this song is he references the Kendrick song Mother I Sober, and he gets it absolutely backwards. In that song, Kendrick is saying that he wasn't abused, his mother was abused, and no one will believe him that he wasn't abused, but Drake goes on this song and talks like he was abused, and it's just like, bro, did you even listen to the song? Like, did you just skim through like the first verse and then you went and made this? Like, I don't know. It just seems like he totally missed the point. I don't know how he could listen to the whole song and came out with the conclusion that he did, but yeah, there's more bad than good on that song. I would say that, hey, if somehow he comes out and proves that he tricked Kendrick Lamar into making the Meet the Graham song, that's crazy. 200 IQ, you're the master manipulator. Okay, S tier, bro. If you actually did that, but I just got a really hard time believing that's really what happened. But that's my ranking, guys. I don't think at this point anyone's really had their career destroyed from this, because so many of the claims on all sides, it seems to be just talk. Some are looking like they're actually false. But me, I'm kind of basing it off just overall the lyrics and actual rapping skill, which was better. I think Euphoria might be the best lyrical song we got out of this whole thing. Just my opinion, I would say Kendrick still won, but I don't think anybody's like finished or can't make music anymore or anything like that. At least for what we got right now. One thing I will say too from this whole beef, I kind of dislike how it strayed so far from who could just rap better and who could like burn the person worse with bars, and instead it turned to who can expose the other person worse, and it got to the point of people are just making crazy claims with no actual proof or evidence behind most of the stuff. So I don't know. We should stuck more with just the rapping and wasn't like a bunch of stuff that we have no proof one way or the other for being true or false. But regardless, it was cool to see Kendrick rapping and at a very high level again. I feel like this actually did bring out some higher levels in Drake too. I mean, the Family Matters, did not expect a song like that from him. That was a good comeback, but just want to know. I seen something online about Family Matters is like you drop 50 and still lose in basketball. But that's my ranking, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like if you liked it. Please subscribe. Still trying to get the subscribers up. Appreciate everybody for watching.